Hey guys, it's Haley. I just want to clarify something. Depression is not a sickness. So, with that being said, it won't just go away. For example, I can get a cold, and if I take medicine, and within a month, it'll go away. Depression, not so much. Like, yes, you can take medicine for it, but a lot of us choose not to just because, like, me personally, I choose not to. Like, I don't even tell anyone about this. Like, it's my little secret. Depression is my little secret. My scars are my little secret. So that's why we don't feel like showing, most of us, people like me, we don't want to show our scars because we're afraid we will be judged. Which is why I keep to myself. That is my biggest fear. I try to vent to my friends, but I get judged. They judge me because in depression, or at least for me, I don't know if everyone has different types of depression. This is coming from me personally. I like to think of it this way. I have two consciences. I have my good, normal conscience saying, oh, you should get a cheesecake instead of chocolate cake, for example. Just the normal conscience. And then I have Bob, also known as my dark conscience, who Bob, yeah, he's an asshole. He constantly tells me stuff that makes me feel like shit. And he tells me suicidal things, and I have actually thought of it, and I have thought of, like, I have envisioned me killing myself many times before, but I haven't. I haven't done it, obviously. But the thing is, another thing that's bad is like when people send you anonymous messages telling you so much crap, like that make you feel like shit. And so, with someone doing that to me, that just feeds Bob, and he's like a bully. If he sees something, he's just gonna make it worse, saying stuff like no one will care if I was to die. And many times I have believed that, and I still do most of the time. About 70% of the time, I do believe that. But another thing that's bad, and it's not just for kids with depression, it's more so girls, they like to look at other girls and compare themselves. Like, I will look at my friends and think, I am so fat. And the thing is, I know that's every girl's thing. They will never think they're beautiful. They will never think they are skinny enough or anything. Just keep this in mind. Like, don't compare yourself to anyone else. Because if you compare, for example, if I was to compare myself to Jay Thirlwall, I will feel like I am fat and not pretty enough and stuff. But now that I think about it, me and Jade, we aren't the same person. There is one of me and there is one of her. So me weighing a bit more than a lot more than she does, is nothing really. I'm really not having a problem with it. It's like there's one of you, and to compare yourself to someone else is not healthy for your. It's not healthy because you start thinking bad thoughts about yourself, and that's not good because you are who you are your biggest hero, and you will be the one to help yourself out of the hard times and stuff. Like, you get yourself out. You're the one that calls for help and stuff. So it all falls back on you. I'm sorry, I keep stuttering. But to compare yourself is like, for example, if I were me comparing myself to someone else is like me comparing water to soda. Yes, they are both liquid, but they're completely different things. So if I was to compare myself to you, you might have darker hair than I do. You might have brown eyes. Me, for example, I have light brown hair and green eyes. There's not a lot of people like that. So for me to compare myself to someone who is like the exact opposite of me is no use. Like, just comparing myself to anyone is not good at all, because I'm comparing myself to someone that I will never be because I'm not them. So instead of comparing yourself, just be you and try to think. This is really hypocritical of me to say, but find something that you like about yourself. Like, for example, I love my eyes. That's like my favorite part of me. Find something. Like, I know it's going to be hard saying, ooh, I don't like this, I don't like that. Find something, like it. Like, whether it's your eyes, how your hair is, or your nails. Just find something and then just be like, this is my thing. No, and like, just look in the mirror. Like, I'm looking in my webcam right now. I'm like, there's no one like me. There's no one that looks exactly like me. Like, I have a friend who looks similar to me, but she's not exactly like me. And this works in the case of twins as well. Yes, you will look alike, but your personalities are completely different. Like, I have a split personality. I love One Direction, and then I also love Black Veil Brides, Pierce the Veil, Sleeping with Simons, and all that stuff. So there's no one that's gonna look like me and like all that stuff. I know this because my friend who looks similar to me does not like any of that stuff. So stop comparing and just accept the fact that there's one you, and it's stupid just to compare, because you're water and soda. You will never. Water can change into soda, but just pretend it can't. Just think, you will never. I hate to say this because it sounds rude, but you will never be the person. Like, if I want to be like Jade, you will never be. I will never be Jade, because I'm Haley. As rude as that sounds, it is the truth, and the truth hurts. So I'm sorry if that hurt your feelings, but just stop comparing yourself to other people and just accept the fact that there is one you. Because to compare yourself is to someone else, kind of, it deteriorates your self-conscious and how you feel about yourself. So don't compare yourself to other ones. And this video has gone on for a lot of different stuff. It started with depression, ending with comparing. To sum it all up, I just want you to know that my inbox is always open. So if you feel depressed, having boy troubles, friend troubles, please just, like, you don't have to come to me first, but if you need a place to vent, more specifically for people with depression, I will not judge you. I'm not one to judge. I mean, look at me. I cut my own damn hair. Look at this. It's a mullet. I can't judge you, because I bet thousands of you watching this, even though I won't get thousands of hits on this, I bet none of you have a mullet and say you did it yourself. But see, I'm not in a position to judge. I'm not going to judge. So if you feel like you need to vent and you're afraid of being judged, come to my inbox, come to my ask, because I 100% guarantee you won't be judged. So, and for those fighting with depression, stay strong. I know it's hard, and I know it's hypocritical of me to say stay strong, but in the end of the day, hold on, I have to quote this. I'm sorry, I have to, hold on, sorry. I'm going to read a quote from my hero, Andy Biersack. And this is what it says. This is more specifically directed to people who have self-harmed. And here it goes. To hurt yourself is sort of hurting the one temple and the one thing that is intrinsically the thing that maintains you, and you are who you are. I know that sometimes it's difficult to deal with life. I know better than a lot of people that the drudgeries of day-to-day life, from being in a small town and growing up feeling like you don't necessarily know your place, that can be difficult. But the one thing my band, or the things that we've always done, is that we very strongly advocate against hurting yourself, because again, you are your own, biggest fan. You're the person that's going to get you out of those moments. So in the times that you feel that way, or feel as if there's no greater release than hurting yourself or something, to me, channel that energy or that anger or that aggression or that passion into something that's creative. Rather than hurting yourself, do something that will be substantial to making something new. So the advice I would give would be just to, in those moments, whether you draw or write or make music or play sports or whatever it is that you do, find something that is healthy and happy. Alternative, to hurting yourself, opposed to taking a razor blade to yourself, because at the end of the day, you're only hurting the most important person in the world, and that's you, and you don't want to hurt that person. Me personally, I write, obviously, but just stay strong. I know it's hard, but just eventually it will get better. I can't tell you how soon. You just have to think of this. It all gets better. It has to get worse before it gets better. I mean, everything can go to hell, but for a project, for example, it can go to shit. But when it's over, it's over. You can't go back. So it's less stress for me. I know it's terrible, but hey. So just stay strong, okay? I know it's hard. Trust me. I'm struggling myself. Just never give in. All right. I hope you all have a lovely day, and I love you all, and just remember that my ask is always open to whether you're human, an alien, gay, bi, lesbian. I don't judge. Depression, cutter, suicidal. I'm not one to judge. And this is Mullet Head signing off.